Welcome to another episode of That's the Way the Cookie Crumbles. We're here at the Kitchen Table Studios, and I've got a new guest here today, Johnny Smith. So, hey, friend of mine. Johnny is not in the food business per se. He eats, but he does not cook for a living, but he does... well, tell us exactly what you do. Tell us, both, you got 2 or 3 different gigs, but tell us your main...
So, originally in Hattiesburg when I came back, so I left for a little bit. I was a strength conditioning coach. I worked at Traction Sports Performance over there with the Hattiesburg Clinic. And I've been doing strength conditioning for like 5 years, so I've been around kind of, the nutrition business and all that type of stuff. But I'm also an MMA fighter, kind of hence a little black eye I got right
That's
now.
That's MMA fighters for you people from Warren County.
So yeah, around May of last year, I kind of stepped away from strength conditioning and I'm pursuing fighting full time. So yeah, I still train a couple kids and stuff like that. I've trained Heat a little bit.
Yeah, you train some pro athletes.
As well over there for the NFL Combine, MLB guys that are around here. Not really too much pro basketball in Hattiesburg, but
baseball, football.
Baseball, football mainly. I mean, we're
college soccer.
Yeah, Hattiesburg baseball town.
Yeah,
pretty much. So it's mainly fighting now. That's what I do full time.
You had a good track record of the training, though. I mean, a good reputation. And you're still doing a little bit of that?
Still doing a little bit of that. Still training a couple of athletes at Traction a couple days a week, and then I go over to South Jones, train their soccer team. Train a lot of soccer.
Really?
Soccer too.
Yeah. So South Jones High School.
South Jones High School.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, good. Good deal. So when you're fighting, so we're kind of doing, I think we're doing a recipe where is this when you eat, when you're trying to gain your weight back? Or tell them a little bit about what you have to do to get ready for the fight as far as the weight loss, not just the training, but the weight loss and then the weight gain. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so this is actually an interesting one. I'm going to fight 5 weeks, in Triple O. And it's actually my lightweight debut. So I usually fought at 170, and that cut was pretty easy. So I usually walk around about 180, 185 pounds, and then we have to diet down and make our weight class. I would go from a little bit above 190, diet down, so I'll lose mass, fat, a little bit of muscle, and then I have to pull water off to make from 185 to 180 down to 171. And so I'm kind of cooking a little bit of a dish that I eat during camp. So camp is like the 8 weeks leading into the fight. And this is kind of a staple of my fight camp. I'm making a little bit of the Fat Boy version, just to make it a little better for y'all.
The Fat Boys, yeah, that's good for this year. Fat Boy, yeah. So how long? So when do you start the water weight loss? Like when you're trying to get that last? Is that like a 2-day thing, or how long does that take? Because I don't think people don't understand.
Okay, so say, all right, I'm 179 pounds right now.
Yeah.
I got to be 156 pounds in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So I got to lose 23 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to try to diet down as much as possible.
Normal.
In the next 4 weeks.
Yeah. Normally, like a normal person.
Normal person. I'm going to lose fat. I'm going to lose a little bit of muscle, a little bit of water here and there. Well, I'm a week out from the fight. So actually, let's say Sunday. I weigh in on Friday. Weigh into Friday. Sunday, I'm going to start loading up. I'm going to drink 2 gallons of water a day, 3 gallons of water a day. I'm actually going to load my sodium. So I'm going to put like extra salt, soy sauce, hot sauce. I'm going to 8 grams to 10 grams.
Are you eating or just drinking?
No, I'm still eating. I'm still eating a lot of food, actually.
And water.
Yep, and water. So it's a lot of water, a lot of sodium, no carbohydrates, a lot of protein and fats. Protein and fats.
Yeah. And
I'll do that process for probably like 3 days. And then we get to around the Wednesday mark. Wednesday, I'll cut the sodium. So I'm going from 10 to 8 grams of sodium a day down to 1 gram to 1.5 gram under that.
Do you have a craving for it after you do the lot?
Yeah, I do. I don't really do too well with after weigh-in food. I kind of eat a little too much. I get a little too bloated.
Yeah.
But so yeah, after I cut the sodium, we'll still load the water, and then your body creates like a siphon almost. So I'm gonna pull all this water on. I'm gonna gain weight, and then I'm gonna pull the sodium out, and my body's just gonna flush.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use the bathroom as much as possible.
Yeah.
Until Friday morning.
Yeah.
And Thursday I'll cut water around 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, depending on what time I weigh in. So I'll go 24 hours, 36 hours, no water, no food, no nothing. And then the last couple hours, you're in a sauna or you're going to work it off. I usually
the last 2 hours, that no water period, no food period, in the sauna. So
in the sauna.
And how does that feel?
Awful.
Yeah. So
no, it's not fun.
No.
But it's not that bad. I mean, like this cut here, I'm cutting 23 pounds in the next 5 weeks. I've already accepted it's gonna be bad, but then I'll make it.
So you're going to welterweight? You said.
Now I'm going to lightweight.
Lightweight.
So I usually was a welterweight. So 170 is welter, 155 is lightweight.
Okay. So you're going down in weight. Yeah. Why? Just did you beat everybody in the welterweight?
No, those boys are big at 170. So I'm pro now. So when you go pro, things get a little bit different. People take it a little more seriously. They're a little bit more disciplined. Like my buddy just fought a guy that was 6'2", weighed about 195, 200 pounds in the cage. So I'll weigh in at 156 Friday. I might walk in the cage and the next day at 175 pounds. So I'll put 20 pounds on that.
After the weigh-in.
After the weigh-in.
And that's not illegal, or that's what everybody does.
Yeah,
they do that in regular boxing too? Is it the same?
Boxing, they don't cut as much, but they still do cut. Yeah, they'll still. I mean, people still miss weight in boxing. It's not common.
Yeah.
But people cut a little bit of weight in boxing, not as much as MMA.
Yeah.
MMA, that came from wrestling too. I mean, guys from wrestling, they'll cut 30 pounds in a week sometimes.
So you in what you do in MMA, are you on the ground more than you're on your feet?
Depends on the guy. Depends on the guy I'm fighting.
What is your strategy? You try to stay on the ground, or you want to be on your feet?
I don't want to give him my game plan, but I doubt he's
okay. Well, we don't want to.
I mean,
we don't want to get you. We don't want you to lose because we show it.
No.
Thousands of people that are going to watch. So we definitely want to. No secrets given. But
most of the time, I'm usually going to the ground with the guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my wrestling to set up my strikes, and my strikes to set up my wrestling. So usually, the time I end up on the floor. This guy, I kind of want to bang it out with him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to be his height or maybe even a little taller. Usually at 170, I'm fighting guys that are taller than me.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to use my striking a little bit this time.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care.
So before you were amateur, semi-pro, or what was it?
Amateur. So
how long have you been pro then? So is this your first pro, or you've been doing?
It's my fourth pro.
Fourth. Okay. What's your record in pro?
3-0.
Well.
3-0.
Do tell. Okay. What about amateur? What was your record doing?
5-2.
5-2. Okay. So you're 5, 6, 7, 8-2 overall.
8-2.
You combine the two. So that's not bad. Are there people that are like 2-8?
I fought a guy that was 2-15 one time.
Do you ever see like boxing? You don't see they put the guy's record on there, and there's nobody like 2 wins and 20 losses. It's always 20-2. Those guys are gone, I guess. They're out by the wayside. They got out because they weren't winning and stuff. Right.
Now you still got a couple guys that you want to sit on TV though, and there's like smaller shows and stuff like that. There's guys that'll be. There's one guy, I can't remember his name. He's like 14-103.
Really?
And he just goes and takes a paycheck. He's the B side. He knows he's gonna lose, and he just goes and gets that paycheck.
He gets the money. Well, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Right. He may enjoy it. I mean, more power to him. So, Kennard, what weight are you going to now? Is it?
I'm at 280.
280. He's challenging you.
Okay.
Yeah, he's putting a challenge on here today.
Hey, I'm kind of eager to talk to you here in a minute.
Yeah, see,
we can talk it up. We can talk it up.
I'm scared of exercise. I just came out of the gym, but
we can probably set it up right here.
We can talk whatever, man. I'll help you out.
We can do a little food, and then we can have the match. So
I like beer too much, and then there's food.
And then there's food. And then there's food. Thank God for the food, or we'd all be broke. So.
Already made.
So, I don't want to get personal, but so is there money to be made in it when you get to different levels? Are you in a different league, or is there different like, I mean, like what is boxing has its different, I don't know what associations or.
I got a lot of people that ask that question, so I've kind of broke it down into tiers a little bit. I kind of explain it like baseball. So when you're amateur, you're playing college baseball.
Yeah.
You're not getting paid for it. You're just kind of strain those in a second. We're good. When you're amateur, you're college baseball. You're not getting paid for it. You're just doing it. You might make a little bit of money just selling tickets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I would say I'm somewhere between AA and AAA.
Yeah.
I don't make a lot of money off fighting yet.
Yeah.
You can make, like, with your sponsors and stuff like that, you can make a good bit of money. I know some guys that fight in the same realm as me that make good money off their sponsorships, and off ticket sales, and off shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. I'm fortunate enough that I don't have to worry about that much.
Yeah.
But yeah. So after this fight, he's undefeated. I'm undefeated.
Oh yeah.
We're both out of Mississippi, so it's kind of like a prospect fight.
And where is it going to be? You say Tupelo?
This is going to be in Tupelo.
Yeah.
Where
do they fight in Tupelo? Where's the venue?
It's like the Furniture Mart. There's a little venue up
there.
Yeah. It's actually kind of nice. I've never fought up there before. He's the hometown guy.
Yeah.
I'm going up there and
You're gonna have to take an entourage up there. You
Yeah, I gotta take it around.
Does that have a bearing on it? Like people yelling for you, or do you even hear that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of glad that I'm not the hometown guy for this one.
I got you.
Yeah, sometimes some shows I'll have 100 people show up.
Yeah.
Some will be about.
So you're trying to please everybody and make sure.
Yeah, you know, and then you gotta
too
talk
much.
to everybody.
Yeah. Too much work when you're trying to concentrate on what you need to do. Hey, Kennard, you got a colander or something we can drain? A strainer? We'll drain these good
Yeah.
green beans. So you're making. What are you making today? We need to tell the
All right, so-
our audience there.
It's in a way a stir fry, but it's not kind of a stir fry.
Yeah.
It's a way for me to get all my macronutrients in one. We got, so I said the Fat Boy version. This is 93.7 ground beef. Usually I would cook that and I would strain it. Today I'm not going to do that. I added, whenever I'm not in camp, I put a little Italian sausage in there. So I throw a little Italian sausage in there. It makes it kind of
Jimmy
spicy.
Dean.
Jimmy Dean Italian spice. Tennessee
Can't beat it.
fried is
Yes,
also
sir.
pretty good.
Tennessee
as well.
fried's good too. So you just cook that down.
Yeah, I cook this down.
Leave your fat in there.
I'm going to leave the fat in here today.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Usually I strain it.
I got you. You boiling your green beans.
Boil some green beans. We're gonna throw some potatoes in there. We're gonna make like
Do
this.
about 6 ounces of green beans.
I'd say that's probably
Yeah, easy.
like 3 to 4 servings.
Yeah.
We're gonna throw it all together. I throw some teriyaki on there. It's kind of like a teriyaki ground beef stir fry. Ground beef is a little bit easier to keep up with whenever I put it in a tub and I can measure it out during camp. Instead of like steak, I do chicken sometimes, but
Yeah.
I'm a big ground beef fan.
Yeah. I'm gonna strain these.
Okay.
That's good for you.
Yeah, you're good.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So what kind of pan are we using today, Kennard?
Hammerstall from
Ham-
Clarksville, Tennessee,
Clarksville,
made in
Tennessee.
America. I fly.
So actually, the rep's coming in town soon.
The national sales manager,
I'm actually gonna
Harvard grad, business grad school guy.
I'm going to mix it up.
Yeah.
You got the date?
The 12th?
Well,
There's
like,
like heavy.
2022.
He's a great salesman. He put himself through getting selling newspapers or something.
Really?
If you got some potatoes in the air fryer, I'm gonna throw them in when they get done.
So we got green beans in with the sausage meat mixture.
Yes.
Very simple. It's not.
It's gonna be very, very simple.
That's good.
But it's cheap, and if you're trying to diet down and you're trying to lose weight,
Yeah.
you can get 93.7 ground beef, strain it, take
Yeah.
a little bit more of the fat out, green beans, a little bit those potatoes. I mean, it's not really that. It's
Yeah.
not expensive. It's not a really.
And you
Large
use air fryer
ordeal.
when you do. Usually,
I use air fryer every time.
Yeah.
Air fryer's just easy.
Which is quicker. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could put them in the oven if you don't have air fryer and just roast them in the oven
Yes.
for probably 30 minutes or 25.
Put a little olive oil on the potatoes.
Yeah.
Actually, put the potatoes in water at first. Let the starch get out of it a little
Mhm.
bit. Pull them out. Makes them a little more crunchy to me. I like the taste a little bit more than with that
You're
way.
getting intricate now. You're really getting into some heavy duty food.
I'm not a
knowledge
cook
there.
by any means, though.
Yeah, well, that's a
I'm slinging around a little bit.
That's a cooking point there. Yeah, that's true. So now we wait for potatoes, and then
that'll be done.
and then that's it, and then that's your meal.
Then we'll mix it together, and
Yeah.
I'll be
We
ready to
taste
go.
it. Yeah. So what do you see? How old are you now? Did I ask you?
29, just turned 29.
What's the average length of a fighter in your division, in your realm? How long do they usually go age wise?
So, the average length of after someone goes pro is usually 9 years.
Really?
That's the average length.
So you'd be
Yeah.
38.
I'd be 38. I'm
If
not
you
doing
do
it. I'm not doing it that long.
Yeah.
You know, not,
What are the
not a
repercussions
chance.
of is there health issues with fighters?
I mean,
Older fighters? Do they?
CTEs are definitely a thing.
Yeah.
You haven't really even seen that much in MMA. MMA is a relatively new sport. I mean, it started in 1993, so you haven't really saw
Records of
You haven't really saw the records of CTE. I mean, obviously, like Muhammad Ali, but boxing is a more don't take this wrong way, but
Yeah.
boxing is a little bit more dangerous than MMA because
it's a lot of headshots.
It's a lot of headshots,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of subconcussive blows that you're taking over. You get hit way more in boxing. The knockdown rule. So, say I hit you, you fall down, you're out. In MMA, you would have already been done. They would have pulled you off. They let the guy have 10 seconds to get back up and
Right.
keep going, which is
But
way
in MMA,
worse.
you can't.
Yeah, and then you can sub somebody in MMA. You don't even
You
have
do
to
what
put
now?
submission. So I can sub somebody, make them tap,
Oh, I got it.
and that UN fights that way.
Yeah.
There's like grappling. There's a lot less trauma in MMA to the head, I feel like, now obviously, I mean, getting kicked by a shin in your face is not a good thing, but over time, that's what you're seeing, like in football, you're seeing all the subconcussive blows, just getting hit every day in practice, which is actually doing the damage. I mean, if you're getting concussions, you're getting concussions. But
Yeah.
not really realizing how many subconcussive blows you're getting over time is what's causing those injuries.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like boxing actually, we'll see what happens with data and all that as the sport gets older, but I mean, boxing's been around for 100 years. So.
Yeah, you got data that they're looking at, they can see something. I mean, yeah, when I went to the fights of yours, it was more people were on the ground more. It wasn't as much, there's not as much boxing or hitting.
Yeah.
There's some, but it was more wrestling like, real wrestling, not the real wrestling types of wrestling.
But it's, back to your question about how old I am. I'm a little bit older than I should be trying
to start.
No, I'm not to start per se, but to really go after it. I didn't start really going full time into fighting until like 6 months ago.
Really?
So there's guys I just left, trained up in Kansas City, well, Lee Summit, Missouri for a little bit, and there's kids that are 21 years old that are as far as long as I am. So that's way better of a situation. But
when do you think? So what's the? I should know this. So when does a male body hit maturity and start going downhill? Is it 27 or?
No. It's in the 30s. It's in the 30s.
Oh, really? Okay.
The average age of a UFC champion is 33.
Yeah. Well, you're right on.
Yeah, you got time. I got time for sure. But after 30, you're kind of gonna testosterone can start declining a little bit. I mean, some people last a little bit longer. Some people start losing testosterone earlier.
Yeah.
You know, you really don't know. That's a good thing. What's your take? This. Very good. Yeah. But I mean, so they used to, in MMA, you could have used TRT, which is testosterone replacement therapy. They don't let you do that anymore. They don't need to let you do that anymore.
Yeah.
But,
see, we're kind of changing the people that we bring into the show. So you're one of the first really, I mean, you're cooking and that's it, but you're not in the restaurant or food.
No.
So we're getting new people that we think may be successful later on where we can bank on that later on. You know, like, okay, there's John. He was on our show 10 years ago. Now he's world famous, you know. So we're going to, market that and I hope we go the right way with it. But it's interesting and people don't, I always was fascinated with losing the weight, you know. That process is it's crazy sounding, you know, to the novice. Like, what are you talking about? They're losing that much weight that short a period of time, and they're gaining it all back, and to fighting. So it's just kind of does it have any negative effects? Like later, like 5 days, do you have a hangover from it? Do you feel after the fight's over?
I mean, this cut's gonna be bad because I'm gonna probably lose 17 to 18 the last week.
You don't feel like drained?
You're gonna be drained. You're gonna feel bad. I mean, you're gonna be all sunken in. I'm gonna look like a skeleton. But
so when you get ready to the fight, do you have enough energy and you ready to go then, or do you feel?
I'm pretty smart about it, so I kind of know how to replenish my body. There's a certain amount of sodium you need, a certain amount of supplements you can take, all that type of stuff. How you refuel your body. Some people are really, really bad at it, and they're gonna be fried the next day. Their muscles are gonna be dry. They're not.
The day of the fight?
The day of the fight,
yeah.
My last weight cut I actually did not do correctly. I made weight easily. I went from 183 to 169 in 4 or 5 days, and then I bounced back up to 180. So I weighed 186 when I went to the cage. And I just kind of pulled the water off too early.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to pull it off too early. You don't want to pull it off too slow. You want to try to do it as close to weigh in as possible.
Do some people weigh the right weight all the time?
No, people miss all the time. Now you're not.
There's nobody like you're at a 180, 160, whatever lightweight is. Do they ever stay at that weight? Like I'm saying, like he's always 160. Yeah, you never have to do nothing.
Some people do. Some people cut less. Some people cut more. Some people gain weight when you go into the fight. It really depends on your body and your structure.
So you can be less and gain weight for the fight. You
can. Some people do that. I really don't advise that. It's just the way the sport is now. I don't advise doing that.
We never have to do that. Yeah, we have to go.
You got way too many guys. You just got way too many guys cutting so much weight. It's gotten better though.
Yeah.
You can, when you pull off that much water and you don't refuel it properly, I mean, it can kill your cardio the next day. And I've had that happen before. I've definitely had that before. I've done it wrong before. I've done it enough, and I advise people how to go. Like, I got a bunch of buddies.
Is there a book for it? I mean, is there a training? I mean, is there like people?
There's a couple people that are like Mike Dolce was the big guy at the time. He's not really as prevalent now. George Lockhart is probably the biggest name in weight cutting right now. I mean, these guys make ridiculous amounts of money they get a call in 3 weeks. They're like, hey man, I'm 30 pounds overweight. Help me get to my said weight class, and they pay them a lot of money to make that weight. So Lockhart and Leith have their own like weight cutting certificate, stuff like that. I haven't gotten it. I've thought about doing it, but I'm probably not. And I still get help from people. Like I got a woman in Texas that kind of helps me a little bit as far as macronutrients and stuff like that. Because when you're doing something for yourself, you can cheat a lot.
Yeah.
You need somebody to hold you a little bit accountable.
Right. Yeah.
I got a lady out there that kind of helps me out. I worked with her when I worked at Exos in Dallas, Texas, which was a big sports training facility out there.
Yeah.
So shout out to Noel. She's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So so what are the guys? So your goal is to get into the. What's your goal again? To get to what league?
So everybody tries to go to the UFC.
Yeah.
That's the Ultimate Fighting Championship. That's everybody's goal. There's other ways to make money in the sport now. I mean, Bellator is another league, and then you have PFL, which is another league. I consider like, say, the NFL is UFC.
Mm-hmm.
The CFL is Bellator and PFL.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much money,
Yeah.
but there's guys that make $500,000 a year playing Canadian football.
Right.
So, I mean, I know guys, those guys that make $1 million a fight.
You don't have to be out in the cold when you fight.
No.
It's cold in Canadian football.
Yeah. So there's a lot of options. So you don't have to just, and there's some options overseas. Like you can go overseas. Yeah, you can go overseas and make money. It's growing. It's getting better.
Will your fight be televised in Tupelo?
It's going to be live streamed. Yes, you can pull it up on the TV.
Yeah.
It's through.
You guys pay for that, or?
I actually don't know. I think it might be a small fee.
Yeah.
Might be a little pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It's on summitfighting.com. Check that out. You can find the stream through there. I'll find out and let you know that.
Yeah.
I bet it might be $15.
Yeah. It's amazing all the sports you can get on TV now. I mean, just the soccer, the baseball, the small, every college game's on for the most part. Sometimes you have to pay, but a lot of it's free.
Yeah.
Streaming, for ESPN Plus or things like that. So you get a lot of the looks that you can watch, and it's fun. So when you get on the TV, then I guess there's more money when you get on if you start getting to. So where are you at rank wise? Is there a ranking, or how do you get placed in the fight for you? How do they choose you to do this? Or you just sign up, or do they go looking for guys, or how does that work?
So I have an agent. I'm signed with First Round Management.
Where are they at?
Down in Florida, Miami.
Yeah.
They kind of helped me out with that process a little bit too. They didn't really do this fight for me. They have their own. The people I fight for have their own, what's called Icon Fighting Federation. That's Jorge Masvidal, if you know who that is. It's his promotion. That's on UFC Fight Pass, so that's actually a pretty big live stream show.
Yeah.
I will fight for them. The last time it just didn't work out. I've had a lot of fights get canceled. I've had a lot of short notice stuff happen.
Yeah.
This one is just kind of one I just they needed a 155er. My coach kind of knew about it, and where you just kind of mesh, you kind of look like, hey, this guy's 2-0. He's about ready for, a step up in competition. So he looks throughout the state. There's matchmakers that do all this type of stuff. And there's a network that kind of feeds people into the right fights, per se. So basically the matchmaker for this organization got with my coach and asked me, did I want to do it?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a good fight. The dude's good. I feel good about this fight.
Yeah.
Dude's good. Dude's got a really heavy left hand. He's a good grappler. He's good about everywhere. I feel like I'm a step ahead of him.
Yeah.
He's a little more athletic than me. But I just feel like I'm getting in it a little longer. I'm a little more experienced. It's going to be a hell of a fight for sure. It's not going to be an easy one.
How many rounds does it go? How long do they usually last?
So,
if it's not called before.
Amateurs, 3 3s. So 3 3-minute rounds. Pro is, let me turn this on back on just a second. I do 3 5s, so 3 5-minute rounds. If it is a title fight, you might do 5 5s. At my level, no one's really doing 5 5s. I usually keep it at 3 5s.
Yeah.
But sometimes you will, depending on the organization you're with. So 15 minutes.
Yeah.
15 minutes. Hopefully
25 max.
25 max. Hopefully I'm out of there in 7 on this one.
Do they have draws? Like, is there ever?
That can happen. So you score fighting by rounds. There's 3 rounds. Say I win the first round. I get 10 points, you get 9 points. All right? You win the second round. You get 10 points, I get 9 points. We're tied 19-19. Okay? All right? I'm winning the third round. But I do an illegal blow. I hit you in the back of the head. I do a 12-6 elbow. I knee you as you're a grounded opponent. You cannot knee to the head of a grounded opponent. Something like that happens, I get deducted a point. But I'm still winning the round. Now I get 9 points, you get 9 points, it's a draw. That's the end of the fight. And it happens a lot more than you would think. Now, in a rare case, a very rare case, sometimes, say I'm just beating the dog out. I'm 10 steps ahead, you're not anywhere close. I get 10 points, you get 8 points. Sometimes that happens. You'll win the first 2 rounds, I do 10-8 on the last round, and now we draw. And then very, very, very rare, 10-10 round. It's just even.
Yeah.
Like we're just even. They can't judge it
That'd
any
be
other
tough
way.
to do, yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
a 10-10 round.
Yeah.
That's not that common, but it does happen.
All right. So you put you had your ground beef and your sausage.
Yeah,
So how much meat was it? Do you remember?
So it's
a pound
this
total.
is a pound of 93.7.
Okay.
Okay, and then I put 4 ounces. So I put 2 servings of the Jimmy Dean spicy sausage in there. Put about, say, when I'm weighing anything out, I put about 6 ounces of green beans, and then we got about 2.5 russet potatoes in here. So, a russet potato is like 146 grams. Don't ask me why I know that exactly, but so we're gonna say I got about 350 grams, almost 16 ounces of potato. I put everything I eat into my phone, and I need to stop doing that. I'm a bit of a psycho to that, but yeah. It's ready to go.
And you seasoned it with your soy and the
I
salt.
just put a little season. We put a little salt in there, but really put as much soy sauce as you want
As
in
you
there.
like.
Put a little sea salt on there. I'm gonna use Iron Chef sesame garlic today.
Oh, look at you stepping up.
Yeah, I like that. I
Yeah.
like that stuff.
Yeah.
I usually use teriyaki, but I changed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
If you have the Jimmy Dean in there, you don't really have to season it that much. It's already gonna be a little spicy. It's already gonna be a little good. The green beans might need a little salt. I'm probably gonna add a little bit more in there, honestly.
Yeah.
But I put a little garlic powder, a little bit of salt on the potatoes already, and some pepper
Yeah.
with some olive oil. So it should be good to go. I think it's gonna surprise you.
Yeah.
I think you're ready to work for you.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, we're always looking for somebody that can cook.
Yeah, but it's ready to go.
And then you could protect me if somebody came in pissed off at me. Then you could just go
I
after
don't
them.
know. I'm pretty non-confrontational on the
Really?
side of the ring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Out here.
Nah, I'm kind of a baby.
Low key.
Low key, I'm
Yeah.
kind of a baby.
Yeah. I hear
But sometimes it depends.
you. Yeah.
But yeah, we can plate it up, do whatever.
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Here. I'll do the honors.
All right.
I'll get some of that good in there. We gotta have some. We need a couple of spoons. Let's see. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go.
Got it.
All right. Here we go. The
All right,
true
let me see it.
test.
No, hold on, wait. No, we haven't done it yet.
Oh yeah. Put
Just a
that.
little bit, just a little bit. I don't know if you're gonna like it, but
We
teriyaki,
will.
it's got a kind of acquired taste.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit in there, stir it up.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on where I'm at, depending on how much I use of this, or if I use it at all.
You could go without it. I mean,
Yeah, and if you want like a
I'm
lower,
gonna taste without it too in a minute just to see what.
if you want a lower sodium option, liquid aminos, are
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
You can use that. Whenever I get that last week and I gotta get rid of the sodium, I'll do just ground beef sometimes, and I'll use Mrs. Dash. Mrs. Dash.
Yeah,
is
Miss
a
Dash is good.
I
Yeah,
use that all the
hardly
time.
any salt at all.
Hardly any salt at all.
Yeah, and it's tasty. It's got good seasoning in it. Okay, let's see.
It could have went a little longer, but it's all right.
Pretty good.
It's not as spicy as I thought it was gonna be.
I like it.
Though.
I like the sesame.
Not bad. A little sausage.
This is good. It ain't bad at all. And your green beans are good and crisp. Al dente,
I'm shocked, aren't you?
or al dentine, as they say in Vicksburg.
Tyler was worried about it.
About your cooking,
I was worried about it. I was very worried about this one.
I asked you what you
Talking,
were cooking.
we're fine. The cooking, I was.
I know you can talk.
I was.
I knew that.
Uh,
It's good and it's healthy.
yeah,
Really? You could put turkey ground turkey if you wanted
I
to.
thought about doing that for this one, but I was like, nah, I should keep that.
Well, the beef's good.
Yeah.
But you're looking for some fat, you're looking for something a little more substantial because the turkey's less fat.
When I
But
get
if you're looking for that, then you could substitute it be the same.
more fat in there, I
Yeah.
might use 90-10. It depends on where I'm at. 'Cause I have more fat in my diet to keep the energy up.
Yeah. It's good. It's very tasty. And you could do different, if you want to do carrots or something, you can do that instead of green beans if you don't like green beans. So you can sub it simple, 5 or 6 ingredients, and that's with the seasoning. So, I mean, that's good. And it's healthy and it's pretty. It's got a good look to it. Get a good picture of that. Spread that out. This is, so what do you call this dish?
We're gonna call it the Lorraine Special.
Yeah, Lorraine.
Special.
Who's
I didn't want to
Lorraine?
lie, because my roommate's mom showed me how to do this.
Really?
She would come cook it for us, and she would just use Italian sausage, like spicy sausage.
Yeah.
Wouldn't use any ground beef at all.
Yeah.
It's
pretty good, yeah.
It's the Lorraine Special.
Hats off to Miss Lorraine.
Wow.
It's a good recipe, and it's tasty. So and it's healthy. So if you're gonna fight Johnny. You may want to keep this in mind when you. And so when's your fight again? Tell us the date.
November 5th
In Tupelo.
Mississippi.
What time?
I'll fight at like almost midnight, but it starts.
Really?
Doors up at 7.
Well, I may miss the midnight fight.
Maybe 11 or 10. We'll see how big the card
And
is.
how many people before you fight? Then that's the question I
It
have.
depends. I think there's about 14 total fights.
Really?
15 total fights. I'm the main event in 15.
Really? So you're
yeah.
the main one. That's great. I wish you continued success in your fighting, and congratulations on your success and your blessings that you've had. We'll be following you. Thanks for the T-shirt too. We'll put that out. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see the shirt. Yeah. Let's see.
All right, here we go.
Look. Yeah.
You can find Jeff sporting that on every Wednesday.
Yeah. There you go. You
Nice.
got your sponsors on the back. We need to help sponsor you. Yeah. We did
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
We need to get back on that and help you out.
Good, man.
But
I appreciate it.
there we go. So go to the fight, pick up a shirt, and yell for Johnny. And better bring some coffee. It's at 12 o'clock, so you can stay up if you like me. A couple of coffees, or maybe some Spark or whatever you choose. But good deal.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah. Good luck to you, bro. Enjoy it. And that's the way the cookie crumbles.